Joining us in the Y Factor studio today is Mr. Mehmet Ozalp. He is the Executive Director at the Islamic Sciences and Research Academy of Australia, ISRA, and the Course Coordinator at Charles Sturt University for Islamic Studies. Now, ISRA and ISRA Academy, together with Charles Sturt University, are pleased to offer a full range of undergraduate and graduate Islamic study programs. One particular degree, the Master of Islamic Studies, is an Australian first. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Ozalp.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about the Islamic Studies degree. How does this Master of Islamic Studies degree differ from the current degrees offered here in Australia?
Well, it differs in two ways. The first one is that it is teaching Islam as a religion. In other master's degrees or Islamic Studies programs, we don't have, Islam is not taught as a religion. It's studied as a political or a cultural phenomena in the modern world. Our program deals with Islam itself as a religion, hadith, tafsir, and other disciplines are taught as part of a whole, looking at the contemporary issues. The second way it differs is that it is designed and taught by Muslim scholars. So it's been conceptualized by an advisory committee made up of scholars in Australia, and also our staff is fully Muslim.
How will this degree be taught? Via long distance? How is it taught?
It's available in various forms. One can do it in a distance education mode, but we do offer lectures and tutorials in our centre in Auburn. So it's possible to come and attend the lectures, the classes, which we recommend, but it's also possible to study it as a distance education.
And how does one study via distance education? Is that through online tutorials?
Well, a person enrolls, and then the subject appears on our website that has a page on the university website. All lecture slides, recordings, voice recordings, all documents are included on that website with instructions on how to study. But we also have for those distance students, we have a residential day. They have to come on 1 day per subject through the semester and have face-to-face instructions.
Excellent. So it offers flexibility for those who have other commitments, and I guess for mothers out there with children, this is great for them. Whoever wants to go back into studying.
That's right. We've designed the course around certain graduate attributes that you must have when you finish it. So as long as you can complete those, if it's distant, it's fine. And we have very good students who are at distant mode at the moment. But nevertheless, Islam is learned, face to face. We must ensure that at least some exposure is received from face-to-face instructions.
With the classes, how many hours a week are you looking at per subject, just so that people have an idea?
We have 2.5 hours total, 1.5 hours lectures and 1 hour tutorials. Tutorials are very much liked by our students. We get very good atmosphere of discussion and learning takes place. So we do encourage coming to the class and being part of that.
And you have full-time and part-time load, is that right, for the course?
From 2012, we can offer full-time and part-time, yes.
So what is the method of enrolment?
The best way to enroll is to call us at ISRA, and we will go through all the enrollment process. We'll collect your documents and forward it to university, and you actually enroll with Charles Sturt University. And this is another advantage of our course, is that it is a structured program. With a university, it has quality control, but at the same time the integrity and the rigor of Islamic scholarship as well. So it's a very good program.
Can you tell us the career pathway students are likely to pursue upon completion of this degree?
Well, firstly, our courses is a supplementary course to what you're doing already. So you might be doing law, psychology, or another study. It is a very good add-on to studying that as Muslims, because you will be exposed to Muslim community or Muslims throughout your career. But at the same time, it is a very good program for religious education teachers. We have a lot of Muslim Islamic schools in Australia, and they do teach Islam. So all these teachers can get qualifications through this program. There's also, you can have an academic career if you're really good, if you're really interested in studying Islam. You can do master's, PhD, and become a teacher in academics. And at this time, I get every day advertisement for Muslim scholars throughout the world. They're looking for academics who know Islam really well from English-speaking world. It's a very good path to go into, even if it just means for the love of learning, you can do it. And even without anything, you can have a study circle in your own home, teach some kids or some friends.
Can you give us some of the examples of the units that a student might expect to undertake?
Sure. We have, in designing this course, we have looked at the available Islamic Studies programs from around the world, Muslim sort of universities, as well as some Western universities like Zaytuna Institute, Cambridge University, and we tried to combine the best of those, what they have offer. And I think we really have come up with a good program. One subject, for example, is called Overview of Islam, the Faith Essentials. It looks at the basic theology of Islam, but in the context of a doubting mind, the textual evidence as well as the proofs and arguments are taught. Some important questions like suffering, for example, that is not covered in classical theology is covered in this course. Another subject that's offered in the first semester is Islam in the Modern World. So this subject looks at all the contemporary issues surrounding Muslim societies, and we do a good coverage of those issues, such as Sharia, what's Sharia in the modern world, women issues, jihad, terrorism. And also at the moment we'll start a history course, the first subject, and that's called Prophetic History, where we will look at the stories of the prophets from Adam alayhi salam to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but in the context of world history as well. So we will be linking it. These prophets did not exist in a vacuum. Sometimes when we read books about them, we get that feeling, but they lived in a real world. So how does that prophetic history interplays with world history is important. So that's what we'll be covering. So in a way, I would say that we will cover the basic courses of Islam, but we do it in a creative and original way to give the maximum value to students and make it interesting as well.
Excellent. So for those who want to, gain more information about this degree, is there a information session? I think that there is on the 27th of November. Is that correct?
Yes, we have an information session on 27th of November in our centre in Auburn, 128 to 132 South Parade, Auburn, and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. If anyone's interested, they can come and look at the course content, how we have prepared, and if you're interested, you can sign and put an application, expression of interest.
In the meantime, is there a number they can call just to have a chat to someone about it?
That's right. You can make an appointment by calling 9649-9040 or emailing us at info@isra.org.au.
You guys also have a Facebook page, so to the Y-Factor listeners, I would suggest you go out and like their page. There's a lot of useful information on there. Yes. So that's facebook.com/ISRA.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.